Hey everybody, good morning. All packed up, ready to go. Today we're looking at least a 20-mile day. There is a portion of the trail that's been rerouted, but the original AT portion is still there, and it leads right to a place called the Inn at the Long Trail, which is where I want to go and spend the night because I'll be able to get a shower, clean up all of my stuff, and tomorrow morning take a shuttle into Rutland, which I believe drops off right at the Walmart, do a resupply for a few days, come on back and get hiking, and that should be enough to get me to Hanover, because at that point we're only going to be like 45 miles out from Hanover. That's the plan right now. And we'll see how it goes. Gonna hit a couple milestones, well, at least one milestone today, but you'll see when we get there. All right, folks, let's get going. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Talking about our fear of heights. Oh, that is beautiful. Starting to get a little fun this morning. Got a good climb happening. Well, that was Beacon Hill, which was definitely a hell of a more challenging climb than Bear Mountain yesterday. Maybe it ought to be Bear Hill and Beacon Mountain. Yeah, it was definitely the boulders and stuff like that made it interesting. A little tiring, absolutely. And even though I think Bear Mountain kind of got me yesterday, I think, Bear Mountain got me yesterday. That's why I didn't go those additional 2 miles. And I think it's more because of ran out of fuel more than anything. Everything else felt good. Body felt okay. Just didn't have any juice left. Well, if I would have had Beacon Hill instead of Bear Mountain yesterday, I definitely would have been smoked. Don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the inn today. Might end up being too lofty of a goal because the climbs that we've got. Got Little Killington coming up here. Got some downhill first and some flats and stuff. But yeah, I got Little Killington coming up. And that looks like a long, drawn-out climb. But I looked at the elevation gains between where I spent the night last night and that inn, and it was like over 5,000 feet of elevation gain. So that might be just a bridge too far for me today. If that's the case, next to Pico Mountain, there's a bunch of tenting areas, so I'll camp there for the night, and that'll make it about like a 16, 17 mile day, and get up early the next day. It's like 4 miles to that inn, so instead of just doing an overnight thing there, might end up being just like a little Nero almost. Yeah, get a room at the inn, clean up, dash into town, get my resupply, come back, laundry, and then luckily I don't need to like get a shuttle anywhere to get on trail. It's right there. So just get up early in the morning. You get a free breakfast depending on what time it is, what time they're serving and everything. Might get it, might skip it. But get up early tomorrow, or get up early the next day and just get on the trail and start going, and hopefully be in Hanover in 3 days. So right now I'm looking at Hanover in like 5 days, counting today. Yep, at the latest, 5 days. Well, let me show you the trail, see what we got going on now. Getting rewarded with a little downhill. So, just kind of walk along the forest here, just mind my own business, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, bam! That happens. So it's roughly 5 weeks. Okay, everybody, give you an update on the game plan for today. Kind of realized earlier this morning that I wouldn't be hitting the inn on the long trail tonight. So, revised my plan and was going to stop on the Pico slopes. And that would give me about a 3-mile walk in tomorrow, so I can get a room, get cleaned up, put on some town clothes, resupply, do laundry, then the following day head out. The cool thing is there's a shuttle that runs in front of the inn like 20 minutes past the hour, and it costs like $2. And I want to say it drops off at Walmart. Perfect. But I've done a further revision. So right now I am walking up the climb to Little Killington, which initially it's not supposed to be bad. It gets steeper, no biggie. But after that we've got Killington, and the summit of Killington is like a 0.2 blue blaze, but at the base of that you've got Cooper Shelter. So revised plan is to stay at Cooper Shelter, get a sunset tonight and a sunrise tomorrow, just for you guys. It's been a while since we had some good views, so fingers crossed sunshine will hold off and we'll get that tonight and tomorrow. It's been a long time since I had a good view like that. Hiking with a lady named Tenacity. Actually met her a couple nights ago. She was the first person to recognize me from YouTube. First person. And then today, no, so she did her own hike yesterday, and we actually ended up camping at the same shelter last night, and we just kind of been hiking together today. But later today, we stopped at an overlook. I was talking with another hiker there, and the guy walks up, and he goes, "Greg Morton." I'm like, holy shit, somebody trying to get hold of me about my car's extended warranty? No, it was Mishap from Amethyst and Mishap. They're a couple out of West Virginia going southbound. Amethyst, unfortunately, is off trail due to an injury. But yeah, Mishap's still hiking. So it was really cool to meet him. And I'll put his photo in here, the photo of us together. So that's the plan. And I think Tenacity likes the plan. I think she's going to go with it as well. So Cooper Shelter, sunrise, sunset, or sunset, sunrise, 5 miles to the inn tomorrow. And basically do all the clean up, resupply, and push out from there. She's from New Hampshire, so she's going to get off trail for a few days in New Hampshire. I'm going to be clean-ish, energized, resupplied, and I'm just going to keep pushing. So there we go. So hopefully the next videos I got for you is going to be some views. And I guess you'll know that about now. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know what happened with this video. I mean, after the fact, I looked at it and I was like, I didn't really close it out. We got to that shelter area and the bottom dropped out. Just rain everywhere. It was miserable. Temperatures dropped down to like the low 50s. Cold, wet, just kind of freaking miserable. And, didn't get back to filming at all. So that kind of put it in perspective. That's what happened. And this next clip, we'll fill you in some more of what exactly took place. Happens every single time I try and set myself up to see a great sunset or a sunrise. Something happens to ruin it. And yesterday we got here, set up tents on the platform, and it frickin' rained. It rained and it flooded out the tents. So I went down to the shelter. Then Tenacity, who has the same tent as me, came down later. And no view, no sunset. This morning, it's pretty overcast right now. It absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. Just happens every time. I don't know. It's just my luck, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna put yesterday's footage to get together with today's. where about 5 miles out from where I'm going to stop, which is the Inlet Long Trail, something like that. Inlet the Long Trail. Now, some of you might find this a little controversial. So, the ATC rerouted the AT from its original trail, and they routed it out west, and probably tacks on another 3 or so miles to the trail. The original trail is still a blue blaze, which follows the long trail, and it goes down to where the inn is. That's the actual historic AT, and that's what I'm taking today. Go past Mount Pico, and like I said, goes down to where the inn is. The reroute, from what I read on Gut Hook, had something to do with a pipe going across a trail, which is like knee height. I mean, come on, you've seen blowdowns throughout this entire video series that were a lot worse than a pipe that you can just step over. That's at least what it says in Gut Hook, the reason behind the reroute. You know, the ATC does a lot of stupid shit, and this just happens to be one of them. So, I'm not taking a blue blaze. I'm hiking the historical Appalachian Trail today, not the modern updated. I'm hiking the historical one. And like I said, it's about 5.5 miles from here, so it should be a short hike today, and hopefully we'll get some views. Just not having any luck with any of that. Alright folks, actually it looks like the clouds might be busting up a little bit, so maybe I can get at least some views from the shelter down here. We'll see. Alright, we back here on trail, leaving the Cooper shelter. It's funny, the privy there is named the Cooper Pooper. Chilly this morning, definitely chilly. You know, and the fact that everything's wet, you know, it's that wet cold that really kind of makes the temperature seem that much lower. It was tough pulling my melly off and putting it back in my pack, but you know how the saying is, be bold, start cold. Even though this is like 99% downhill for 5.5 miles, so this should go rather rapidly. Let's check one thing here. Actually slept pretty freaking good last night. You know, it's just when the temps are like in the 50s and you're all snuggled up under your quilt, nice and warm, it's like perfect sleeping. Fantastic. Yeah, I got some good sleep last night. Although towards the early morning hours, I should have zipped up my foot box. I'm still using, you know, my quilt basically as a big blanket. I could have zipped up my foot box. But yeah, it was a good night's sleep. No critters came around. Didn't hear even anything within the shelter like mice or something like that. Fantastic. It's good stuff. I kind of felt bad for Tenacity. She was pretty freaking cold this morning. She, guess her hat and gloves and puffy, she probably sent back home. she had was a one of those little lightweight, like Patagonia fleeces. Me, on the other hand, a while ago, I sent back my puffy and my Skylight Gear hoodie, swapped it out for Melons on a Wind Pro, which it's a thicker fleece than your normal Melons on a microgrid, and probably saved a little bit of weight, maybe a little bit of room in my pack, but I think that provides a little bit more versatility than the having the hoodie and the whatchamacallit, and the jacket. All right, looks like we're going this way. Yep, there's the white blaze. Totally enjoying getting out here like this. Like I said, it's crisp. Tenacity's ahead of me, nobody behind me. This is fantastic. This is good. These are the mornings I really, really enjoy. All right. Again, I wish I could have got you guys some views. I really wanted to do that sunset and the sunrise. So it's bad luck. I just have bad luck when it comes to things like that, I guess. Every single time it's, fog, rain, something with the weather prevents it from happening. So if you ever go backpacking with me, and if you think you're going to set your tent up somewhere with me, we're going to have a great view in the morning or at night, probably not going to happen. I think I'm cursed. But sun's coming through now. This is going to be a beautiful day. Kind of looking forward to getting down to the inn, getting a shower, catching a shuttle into to Rutland, and hitting up Walmart. I'm telling you, so far in the AT, Walmart is the best place to do a resupply. It really is. So much better than gear stores or just plain old grocery stores. Walmart is it. So I'm going to pick up some more KT tape, as well as a light resupply for a few days to get me through Hanover, get me out of Vermont, and get into New Hampshire. Start cracking away at the whites. I'm really looking forward to those, and see how they stack up to the Rockies. I know they're not going to be the same because you don't have the elevation, you don't have the views. The alpine zone there is different than like the alpine zone with the Rockies. But regardless, that's the place that everybody talks about. That's the place where the majority of the people polled came out and said that was their favorite part. New Hampshire and the whites. Cool. Alright, well, I'll be back a little bit later on to bullshit some more. $1,700. 1,700 miles. Holy shit. So this is the reroute that I was telling you guys about earlier today. So we're taking the Sherburne Pass Trail. And that's about it. Yeah, you can see it's the signs here are pretty old, except for that one. Changing that trail. So, you know what? Suck it, ATC. We're going old school. We're going historical AT. Old school, baby. Yeah, I didn't film it, but as we were hiking here, ended up hiking into another cloud. You can kind of see maybe some of it. Little fog still lingering around. And I just spooked some bird. Sorry. So, looked like we started to get some sunshine, and well, that went away. Must have like a really good view coming up. That's why. It's the AT gods. They've got it in for me. From what I read, this was the reason for the reroute right here. This pipe. Oh my gosh, what an obstacle. Will I make it? I don't know. Whew, that was touch and go. But, made it over the pipe. If that is the reason for them rerouting this portion of the AT, that's probably like some of the dumbest crap I've ever seen when it comes to this trail. I mean, you got blowdowns that have been there for years, and you can tell that are 3 times the size of that you got to finagle yourself around or over or under or something. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder why these decisions are made. It takes you right past the Pico Mountain Shelter. While we're here, we can take a look. There's a trail up to the top of Pico Mountain. Huh. Not bad. Actually, it has windows. Better for colder weather. Hey, look, a little view. You see over there, you get the ski runs off of Killington. Coolio. All right. Back down. All right. It's nice. You take a little turn out of the woods, and this is what you get. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, Vermont. Even with the clouds rolling past, that's still a nice view. Looks like we got some hills over there. Maybe we'll be going up those in the near future. Oh darn, I thought I was going to have a road walk. Jumping back in. Yeah, it's not bad. All right, ended up here at Long Trail. It's rustic, you know. It's definitely a throwback to years ago for, you know, places like this to stay. But you know, this is all about skiing here, because you got Killington, you got Pico right over here. In fact, earlier today we hiked down Pico. Yeah, I mean, this is just all skiing around here. Yeah, no TV or anything. You know, actually no AC, because it's probably mostly used in the wintertime. But it's nice and cool out anyway. Unfortunately, got the road right there, but it's nice and cool out, so the room will stay chilled. Went and did a resupply at Walmart. You know, I don't know what's up with Vermont, but they don't have paper or plastic. You got to either bring your own bag or pay 74 cents each for one of these things. That'll end up throwing away or giving away or doing whatever with. Just kind of pisses me off, so screw you, Vermont. Gonna run downstairs, do some laundry. Got all that set over here, ready to go. And there's a Irish pub downstairs, so I'm gonna hit that too. And I definitely want a drink. Beer, bourbon, something. I'm gonna drink something alcoholic. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. So let me go start getting my chores done.